Hey guys, welcome to Foreplay Podcast, a safe space for all things sex. And remember, if you're ready for sex, you're ready to talk about it.
Fuck birth control. I fucking hate it. Every last bit of it. But we all decided to take some time and research, our own whatever birth control we've had personal experiences with or that we've been nothing too heavy, but because fuck birth control, honestly, in my opinion. But before we go into what everyone researched and what have you, what I wrote about it for myself is just I really hate it. I'm terrified of how hormones can affect my body because my mental health is not stable to begin with, and I work the tiniest little thing will set me off and I don't know why, and I also can barely bring myself to make myself feel good again. You know what I mean? I just don't have the motivation. I'm I hate my life and I'm gonna keep it this way.
All right. Hi, guys. Welcome back to Foreplay Podcast.
Hello.
Episode 3.
Oh, look at us go.
I know. Today we are going to be talking about different birth controls, our experiences with birth controls, and just our horror stories, our good stories. We all kind of have a different take on them. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. No, not mine. Yeah, some of them are
just
good.
PSA.
But there's things with all of them.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. Pros and cons, one would say. What the fuck is new, boys?
Okay, guys, I'm gonna start off.
Okay.
Because I'm still horny from my sex last night / this morning. Okay, so just take this all in. So our last episode, that's when we were sexting our partner.
Yep.
Yeah,
that gave me some dick, but anyways.
Yeah. So what we were talking about was her asking me different questions. If I got the question wrong, then okay, so I'm wearing the strap on. Okay.
Paint a picture for us.
Yeah, I'm painting you the picture. So me and Strappy, where she tells me to go put Strappy on, so I do, and I come downstairs. Also, little side note, having the underwear strap on harness, it's not cute.
Yeah, it's not.
It's not sexy whatsoever. So I come down the stairs wearing it, and I'm just I don't like the dogs looking at me buck ass naked with this strap on.
Yep.
And it's just this giant dildo. But anyway, so I sit on the couch. She starts asking me questions. So I'm inside of her, and so she's asking me questions. If I get the question right, then I can continue fucking her. And if I get the question wrong, then she pulls out. And then in the morning, fucked again. Back to the IUD story. Blood everywhere because my fucking IUD. It's just, and my hips this morning, holy fuck, I am sore.
Oh my god.
So that's that's the juice.
The juice.
The ooey gooey.
The ooey gooey and the what's new.
And the what's new.
Yeah, what about your after the sexting the other night?
Oh, okay. I just got the shit fucked out of me. It was great. And we
so monotone.
No,
I just got the
literally
shit
though.
fucked out of me.
But it was the kind of sex you wake up thinking about, you know what I mean?
Oh.
Your body's just sore and achy and you're just I got fucked, you know? We started using a butt plug and then he was fucking me and it popped out. That's never happened to me before. But it was just good. It was just, sorry, this fucking Emily lit some incense and this shit is just you're fucked. It's attracted to me. I love incense. You're actually fucked. I hope the microphone caught that. Emily,
that's what I do to put it out.
Listen,
lift my fingers.
I was not.
You heard the sizzle.
You know that part in Shrek where he just
you just get a little spit on it. And just
what's new? Yeah, I got fucked. Butt plug flew out of my butt. Crazy.
Hit the target on the wall.
Yeah. Woo, far squirt. But we were putting it in and he wanted to put it in, so that was kind of hot too. But I was whoa there, Bessie, this asshole is rusty. So him guiding him through it, he's taking his time, which was really hot, honestly, because he was really watching. He could tell when it was in and when it wasn't in based on me, and it was super fun. But beyond sex, I'm just, what's new is I'm fucking taking care of myself, I think. You know? I go through really big waves of like, I live on the floor. You know what I mean? And then I'm going to wake up at blank time in the morning and do this and do this. And I feel like I'm going back into like the taking care of myself part. I want to get a goddamn pedicure. It just hasn't happened yet. Like, I'm the person who gives massages without receiving them. And like, you know, so I just want to like, I want to get my eyelashes done. I got my hair cut. I want to get a pedicure. Like, I've already spent a bunch of money on clothes for myself.
A glow.
You know?
up.
Yeah. I just want to
Seriously.
feel my best physically and like, yeah, from an
She
outward
got a new
view.
haircut, and she's looking fresh.
She's looking like the boy she is.
With that little feminine touch
Yeah,
of like,
with
oh,
the little,
shit.
okay,
Oh.
but yeah, just taking care. You know, I deserve to feel good.
Yes.
Fuck yeah.
What a good vibe.
Okay.
Who
Okay,
is
well,
Jillian.
strap in?
nothing well, maybe it's crazy. I was in a questionable mental state, and I went on Tinder again. And-
Oh, this is new.
Yeah, this is a development.
And I was just super horny, and
Oh my gosh.
I ended up which way is the right way? Swipe
I think
right?
right
is
is
yes.
like good. Yeah.
Okay, I swiped swipe right to a couple that wanted to threesome.
Oh,
Yes.
And I was like really horny, and then I was just thinking about it, and I was like, okay, I'm like down, like I could do this like today.
yeah,
And then I swiped right, nothing happened. Masturbated, quickly got over it.
yeah.
They messaged me today, and I don't know if that's an entanglement. Like after I was kind of felt gross about it, but then I was like, do I still want this?
Yeah.
clarity that comes with masturbation.
Yeah.
So I just need to process that for a bit and see what happens.
Oh.
I love that.
That post-cum clarity.
Yeah,
like,
seriously, there's nothing like seeing your reflection in like Pornhub and you're like, fuck.
Yeah, you're like,
Yeah.
I see clearly now.
Yeah.
Back out, back out, back out.
The app.
Yeah, you're like, fuck that shit.
Yeah, so we'll see where that goes.
Oh, but
excited for
you want to have sex with multiple people.
I do want to have
It's a
sex with
goal.
multiple people. Yeah, and these people are actually like both attractive.
Oh,
which
That's,
usually you don't
yeah.
get. So
yeah,
I was like, I'd actually be down.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
Okay.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned, episode 4.
Yeah, literally. Tell them to fucking hit up our podcast. Like,
that's new.
that's spicy.
Hey, tell us about the date that you took your partner on, because it was so cute and it's such a good idea.
Okay,
Yeah.
so if you live in the Edmonton area, you probably know what the Prairie Gardens are.
Nope.
Um,
Like, I've never heard
I live
heard
in a
that, never
different
smelled that, never
reality.
tasted that.
So basically, the Prairie Gardens is like a farm, and they also do like corn mazes, and they have like a pumpkin patch, which obviously isn't open right now because it's August.
Yeah.
But because of COVID, they can't have as many people in, so they've kind of been creating new things people can do. And they have this thing called the family picnic. And I think for 2 people, it's $60. So you get like a little basket with like all or like farm grown veggies and fruit, and like they bake biscuits and bread.
Oh, that's so nice.
And literally just so good. And we had our own little campsite, and this guy came and lit a fire for us. And
Wow.
yeah, they bring out like this mason jar with water that has like flowers in it. That's like so cute. So
Very wholesome.
yeah,
That's at the Prairie Gardens.
the Prairie Gardens. Yep. So yeah, we ate our little farm brunch, and then we roasted some marshmallows, and then we went vegetable picking.
That's so wholesome. That's the most
Seriously.
wholesome thing I've ever heard in my life.
Literally.
It was just, I was living like my little cottage girl dreams.
Cottagecore.
Yeah, literally, right?
Aw.
So I would recommend if you live around Edmonton for sure.
Oh my god, I love
That's
that.
so creative too, because like, I don't know, like you're in a serious long-term relationship. Like, of all of us, I feel like you are the most committed to your relationship. You're fucking married, bitch. You have a mortgage together.
I don't know what commitment is.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's look at our lives.
Literally. So, but good for you for taking the time to like figure out new fun things to do, and like, you know what I mean, just making time for yourselves, because everybody wants the dream, like to a certain extent, of like, oh, I want like normal life with my partner, like I want to live together and make breakfast, but like go on a fucking picnic date, go get a little campsite, like fucking a Calgary hotel room, squirt on the floor,
Right?
you know.
Get your head banged into the rocking chair.
Yes, exactly. A few times.
Just
Put a hole in the goddamn
literally
wall.
like bruised.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You gotta keep it spicy, so good for you.
Thank
Amazing,
you. And
amazing.
the cute thing too is the day before, because we went today, which is Sunday, and yesterday I was just feeling really down. My partner's going back to work, and we've been spending so much time together, and I was like, great, like what am I gonna do? We're never gonna have time to have like dates. And my partner's like, okay, this is what we're doing. We're going to the farms tomorrow, and then we're going for dinner, and you're gonna shut the fuck up. And I was like, okay, sounds
You're
good.
like, yes, daddy.
Yeah, pretty much. So yeah, 10 out of 10.
Good.
Wow.
That's amazing. Well,
Nice.
that brings us to Beat Your Meat. To clarify, any new juicy toys, anything crazy that happened, had a mind-blowing orgasm. Mine is plain and simple. I just really want anal beads. Like,
Order them today.
I know, literally.
You just bought clothes for yourself to glow up. This is the glow up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
literally. And that's kind of like where my head was going, because mental health has been not the greatest lately. So that's why like taking care of myself feels so good. You're like, but seriously, like I feel so much more confident in myself with a haircut. And like, I just like, I'm like, so to like just pay more attention to my pleasure, especially when I haven't been masturbating a lot lately. I just feel like I've been really, really busy.
Who is she?
I know, she masturbates a lot, and she has not been masturbating like at all. I'm like, why do I feel like shit?
Give yourself a little self-love
Right?
without your partner.
Right? I know, because I'm such a like firm believer in like having a relationship with your own body as well as having like a sexual relationship with partner or partners or whatever. Like I need both.
Yeah.
I cannot just have one. And it's easy to forget about that when you do live with your partner, whether you're uncomfortable masturbating around them, which I don't give a fuck. You sleeping beside me, I'm fucking pull out the fucking jackhammer and like, you know what I mean? Like I go in. But yeah, so I want to start like going more into like anal play, because I really enjoyed I've really enjoyed every like experience I've had with anal, you know?
Fucked up the ass.
Yeah, literally. Like, and but I've always been really embarrassed about it to a certain extent, even though we all know I have no fucking shame. You know what I mean? But still, just like a little bit embarrassed and whatever. But using my butt plug with my partner was super, super fun, because he was just like he's pulling it out, and I was like, oop, like there's a little something on that something. And he looks at me, it's okay, puts it back in. Like I was like, okay, you know, like just completely not phased and not even like, no, it's okay. He's like, it's okay, like I don't give a fuck. And I was like, good,
No,
but
just not making it weird.
yeah, like thank you for shooting down my ego. You know what I mean? But I was like, yeah, I just want to explore that more with myself, you know? So that's going to be the move. It hasn't happened yet, but you know,
You will tonight.
you attract, you know, certain things in your life. So, but yeah, who is next?
Honestly, I had a life-changing orgasm.
Amazing.
About it.
Okay, so I have 2 stories actually, because this shit was crazy. Okay, just context of the whole thing. Last episode we talked about that new glass butt plug I tried.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I tried it, and I tried it twice
Yeah.
because that's how good it was. First one, I put it in, and I was like, what do I want to use? First of all, there's lots of people in my house, so I was like, hey, I don't want to use Wandy because
Yeah.
it's very loud. So I was like, okay. I started using with my like penguin guy, and I was like, this isn't cutting it.
Yeah.
I really
Okay.
had to stop, and I was like, no. Then I thought to myself, do I want to do DP?
Yes.
Okay, I do. And then I was like, wait, I only have one like dildo shape, and it's the toy I don't like.
Yep.
And I was just
Okay.
like, what do we do here? I was like, I'm just gonna fucking do it.
Yeah.
Turn it on. The batteries are still not very charged, so it's like the dimmest vibration.
Yeah.
Especially after Wandy.
Yeah, literally. DP goes in, find the G spot.
Yeah.
Have the full orgasm.
Yeah.
It was like,
Shoot the butt plug across the room.
literally, like I was so shook, but then that was just part A of the whole story, guys. Next day, nobody's home. I'm like, fucking Wandy, let's go.
Yeah.
Whip Wandy out, put the butt plug in. I have never been so shocked. So because it's like, I don't know if it's because it's glass. I don't know if every butt plug does this. Oh my god, I can't even talk. I'm so excited. I turn on Wandy to like
Yeah,
before,
fourth
like-
speed, bitch.
It starts vibrating the butt
Yes,
plug.
yes, I've been there. I know you.
I like literally the orgasm was so intense that I was like, do I need a vibrating butt plug now? But I don't even
Yes.
need that anymore because I have Wandy.
Oh, amazing.
I am shocked. Like, go buy
Seriously.
I can feel that.
Yep.
I know.
And because it's so, like, it's solid and it's dense, it's not just gonna, like, shoot vibrations through it. The shit's, like, fucking racketeering in
it's
your...
going, it's rattling, like ready to go.
Yeah.
Oh my god, craziest experience.
Yeah.
So like,
Yup.
like the best $20 purchase I've ever made.
Yup. Amazing.
It's like I don't even need partners anymore.
Yeah.
It's like Tinder, fuck that. Like, I'm
Yeah.
home.
Oh,
Wow.
that's amazing.
Maddie, what have you been doing to yourself?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I actually got a new toy.
Oh.
So this toy is a internal vibrator.
Mm.
I mean, you could use it externally if you wanted to, but it's meant to be inserted. It's called the Lush. I think it's just Lush. It could be Lush Plus or something like that. But basically, it connects to an app on your phone. So if my partner wanted to like control it from like another room, or like I have another remote control vibrator, but it's quite loud. It's the one you gave
Yeah.
me. This one, because it's inside, you wouldn't be able to hear it. So if you wanted to like take it out in public,
Yeah,
or like
that's hot.
this is what I envision in my head. You're in Walmart, or not Walmart. Sorry, I don't know why I have Walmart in my head. I was there today. Anywhere, like a grocery store, and you're like 6 aisles apart, and all of a sudden you're like,
Whoa.
like there's an old guy beside you, and he's like, "Are you okay?" And you're like, "No, but yes." That's what I picture. So haven't tried it yet. It's just sitting in its box, but
Oh.
I'll keep you guys updated.
Maddie,
Yeah.
that's your homework for this
Yeah,
week.
Okay.
seriously.
Don't come back unless you've tried it.
Literally take a video every time you're in public and it's on inside of you.
Oh, you know what I just thought of? Actually, you can use it if you're using the app instead of like Bluetooth. You can use it anywhere in the world. So my partner could do it at work, and I wouldn't even know. when
Yeah.
he's gonna do
Oh,
it.
that's hot.
That is hot.
Yeah.
Lunchtime check-in.
Yeah.
Oh,
That would
yeah.
be a fun thing because you have that app where you're like, you know, you're supposed to do certain things and whatever, and like you guys like role playing throughout the day to like build anticipation. You know, you got to be like, you're gonna wear this all fucking day, and when I tell you to come, you're gonna come. Because I know I would want that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
know?
I would too. Wow.
Yup.
Not a whole bunch is new, other than I'm just having the best sex of my life.
Yeah.
That's all new. But
Amazing.
yeah, masturbating's going good every night.
Good.
You know-
Whoa, who are you?
I
Did we
know.
switch bodies?
I know, and it's crazy because literally up until I was 21, never masturbated ever.
Yeah.
Just didn't didn't think it was necessary.
Yep.
And that whole connecting with your body, oh man, you really notice it once you start doing it.
Yep.
Because
Yep.
now, like, it's not, sometimes I'm like, I don't really feel like masturbating, but it's the mood.
Yep.
You just got to set the mood,
Yep.
have that time with yourself.
Yep.
I've been like meditating while I masturbate.
Yep. But literally put all of your energy into your clit.
I can feel the energy in my vibrator to my clit, to my orgasm.
Yep.
Like, it's insane.
Yup.
Full circle.
then and then it's like an hour and a half later, but I've had the best time.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys, I have never been able to have multiple orgasms when I'm masturbating. It's just there's too much. Like I just can have, it's one and done for me.
That's
I feel bad.
Yeah.
That situation.
Right. We're like 6 times. Woo!
Anyways, with Wandy, for some reason, because it's a different type of vibration, I can have
Rumbly.
like 5 in a row.
Oh.
It's like you want to keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And sometimes, have you ever came, kept the vibrator on?
Yep.
By the time you're about to take it off, you're going to come again.
Yep.
So you just keep it on.
Yep.
And you come twice in a row
It's almost
without
like you're
even
forcing
breathing.
yourself to do it.
Yeah, literally. And you're like,
You're like, go bitch, go bitch.
yeah. You're like, second lap. Rally.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there's something special about multiple orgasms.
I think you need to get Wandy.
Yeah.
Because I feel like you would love it.
Yeah.
And it's great. Yeah, like I can't have multiple orgasms with myself, but also it's like once I do it, it's probably like an hour later and I'm ready for bed.
Yeah.
But I can with other partners.
Whoa, you masturbate for an hour.
Yeah, I set the mood.
Yeah, but like
I
same,
like-
but
I
walk
have
me
time
through.
for that. I spend time with myself.
Okay, wait, I want to know, like,
Okay.
actually, dim the lights.
Yeah, paint us a
walk me
picture.
through. I'm closing my eyes for this. I
Okay,
want to
close your
see
eyes.
it.
Everybody
Okay.
close your
Okay.
eyes. Close your eyes. Okay. So I set the towel down because
Woo, first squirt.
okay, I set the towel down. That's step one because we know I can wet the bed with my squirt.
Yep.
Anyways, so that's already painting you a picture. Yeah. Okay.
The bed is painted.
Yeah. Then I normally, so I'll turn all my lights off. I'll have my salt lamp.
Yep.
Right. I have my incense. I have a nighttime incense.
Yeah.
That I got from where fairies live.
Yep.
So it's this like nice lavender. I'm getting a little sleepy.
Yep.
My light, my starlight is beautiful. There's shooting stars in the sky. Amazing. Okay. Then I go in with my fingers first
Okay.
because we're spending time. I set my
Oh.
meditation. Literally, I'm like,
Whoa.
yeah, I'm rubbing my clit, like getting in the mood. I'm listening to my meditation. Then I'll either put the anal plug in. If I have a little extra time, I'm treating myself, okay?
Yeah.
Treating myself. So I put my anal plug. That one also kind of tends to come out, so I spend more energy on holding it in.
Yeah.
But regardless, keep your eyes closed.
I'm picturing your asshole. I don't know if I want to anymore.
My asshole. It's cute. It's really cute. And then I get my vibrator. Then I'm going in on myself. I force myself to open my eyes and like literally just feel every nerve in my body tingling, looking up at my stars because I know I want to close my eyes, but I don't let myself close my eyes. And yeah, I just listen to the meditation. It's like, now you're gonna see white light. Close your eyes. It's like, okay, you're laying there, you're like feeling it. You can literally feel it in your fingertips, okay? And then I'll keep going, have the best fucking orgasm ever, and then I'll just lay there.
Yep.
And you literally feel like you're on another planet.
Wow.
That sounds really nice.
Yeah.
No.
Whoa.
It's like, how fast can I do it?
Yeah. I think that's, first of all, fucking applaud yourself.
Thank
you.
You know?
Thank you.
Because that really is like, you took yourself on a date. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm definitely like a 30 seconds or less person. Still don't really watch that much porn, really. Like, but I just like, my body has learned how to just zone into my vulva, into my clit, whatever, and just like feel it. But I also I rarely use my fingers
Same.
at all. Like,
That
I'm just
shit is
not
bland.
yeah, like,
And I do it just to have that like little extra, because I know it's gonna take me a long time if I use my fingers.
Yeah.
But I want to take my time.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
That's why I go.
love
with
Oh,
patience.
right?
love patience. And
Yeah, no, I'm like, I want to come now.
Yeah.
I'm watching TV. All of a sudden, it's like, Kate, it's time to go. I'm like, Wandy, where are you?
setting right now.
Yeah, literally. When I got fucking dick the fuck down, I was getting throat fucked. Well, yeah, okay.
Okay, I'll close our eyes. Okay.
If you're driving, please don't close.
Yeah. I mean, do you really want the scene?
I want
Okay,
to see.
so-
Give it to me.
Okay, colorful lights are on. They're slowly fading from orange to yellow to red to blue to green to purple. And I'm getting throat fucked.
Jada hanging off the bed like.
Literally. I'm laying down. First, my partner kind of like lays me down. He's kissing me. He's doing the whole damn thing. And then pulls out Strappy and just throws him in there. Throws him in there. Yeah.
Okay. Still painting the scene. Hole is he throwing
Okay. The only hole that Strappy can really fit in, and that's the puss. But he's fucking me with the strap on. There's the butt plug inside of my ass already. It's great. It's really, really great. And then whatever does the same thing with his real penis, and I'm loving both of them. Hey. And then I look at him and I say, throat fuck me.
This is a novel.
Yeah. And then I grab Wandy. I'm using it on myself. I have the butt plug in. He's throat fucking me, and just something about that literally made me come. It was the same as like what brought this to my mind was you being like, if I'm watching porn, done. Touching the dangly dang in the back of my throat made me come.
Yeah,
I was just like,
I love
whoa,
that.
right? I'm just a dirty, nasty fuck.
Wow.
You know?
Amazing.
Just.
Amazing.
Okay, should we get on to our topic?
Okay, guys. So that brings us to the ooey gooey, sticky icky, dirty, nasty center of it all. Which today, as we promised, we're talking about birth control. Fuck birth control.
Honestly, fuck.
Just saying.
control.
Yeah.
Just saying.
I'm on the birth control train.
I fucking hate it. Every last bit of it. But we all decided to take some time and research, you know, our own whatever birth control we've had personal experiences with or that we've been like interested in. Nothing like too heavy, but because fuck birth control, honestly, in my opinion. But before we like go into like what everyone researched and what have you, what I wrote about it for myself is just like, I really hate it. I'm terrified of how hormones can affect my body because my mental health is not stable to begin with. And I work like the tiniest little thing will set me off and I don't know why. And I also like can barely bring myself to make myself feel good again. You know what I mean? Like I just don't have the motivation. I'm like, I hate my life and I'm going to keep it this way. You know, like I just, I don't know. I don't know, man. It's just not the thing for me.
So
but
what birth control were you on before?
So I was on the pill,
Which
and I think it was Alesia or whatever, or Aless. The weird thing about that, though, is that, like, for me, anyways, with mental health, like, I don't really notice it's in the shitter until it's been in the shitter for 2 months.
Yeah.
And then you're like, what?
Yeah.
I still don't want to go to work. I still don't want to hang out with my friends. I still don't want to talk to my partner. You know what I mean? Like, I just have no motivation to do anything, and I'm a high energy person. So when I'm down, it's like I'm fucking down. And then the NuvaRing, but I got it because I was like, you know what? I think I was on birth control for like a year, 2 years or something like that. My periods were super irregular because of that. Sometimes I wouldn't get my periods when I was on the placebo pill, like that 7-day break. I get my period every 2 months now, but I think that also has to do with my weight fluctuation that I've had over the few years, maybe. But before birth control, my periods were regular. Mental health was still shit, so I was hoping it would fix it. But and then stopped for years. And then tried the NuvaRing, literally put it in for like a week, and then was like, this is weird, I don't like it. And then in between all of that, and still to this day, it's just condoms for me. Like, that's it. Like,
Do you still use condoms with your partner every time?
not every time. Like, we're out of condoms right now, but I actively buy a big box of condoms. We're out of condoms and I'll still fuck because I don't give a fuck. But in general, because I don't want to get pregnant, condoms. Never used a dental dam. Rarely suck dick with a condom on. So that's kind of hypocritical in terms of like STDs, like even when I had multiple partners. But that's just the reality of my experience, to be completely honest. Like, but what I do like about condoms is that it just hits all of my concerns. It's like no STDs, no babies. But if I'm not using contraception or like any preventative measures for oral sex, who the fuck am I kidding? You know what I mean? That's my tie to it. None of my real like information, but that's my experience.
Okay. I have to remember what mine was called. Alysena?
I think it's the same one.
Alysena.
Yeah.
And I was on it. I was put on it by my parents when I was 14 because I had irregular periods. And it was fine for a while. But I found after like a year, because I've stopped now, but I was on them for quite a long time. And I found that it just really tanked my mental health, like really bad. I was crazy. Like I was crazy. It was just like, I didn't know what the fuck was going on at all. And the only good thing was I didn't really have period cramps. I wasn't really getting acne, and that was it. I wasn't having sex, so it didn't really matter in that case. Now, being with my partner, we don't use condoms. I've never really been a fan. So, you know, you do that at your own risk, and,
Yeah.
you know, you have to accept the consequences. But, you know, you should know what you're getting yourself into if you're not using condoms.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously I feel comfortable because I'm married. So
Yeah.
I'm like,
A question, before, like, while you were dating, did you use condoms with partners, multiple partners?
Yes and no.
Yes and no?
So
Was it like first time, like let's say you started fucking someone consistently, first couple times, yes, once you were kind of only fucking them even though you weren't dating and you may possibly fuck someone else? No? Is that what that means, or what does that mean for you?
I didn't really have a lot of partners. For the most, it was condoms. But the only real partner I haven't really used them with is my partner now.
Okay, fair enough.
So, yeah, I try to be as careful as I can, but, you know, sometimes that's... I mean, we shouldn't use excuses, you know.
It's a personal decision.
But, yeah, I had been on birth control since I was 14, and I didn't go off of it until I was almost 19.
Wow.
So I was on it for a really long time. And then when I went off of birth control, it was horrible. My body didn't know what the fuck was going on. Still to this day, my body doesn't know what the fuck's going on. I break out.
Yep.
I'm bloated. I still have crazy hormones. My periods are still irregular. I have the worst cramps I've ever had in my entire life, to the point where I will pass out from the pain, which I've been told by a doctor, which is why that happens.
Oh. That's interesting.
So at this point in time, it's like, do I go back on it just so I can feel comfortable again?
Yeah,
or
right.
do I not sacrifice my mental health? You know, there's so many pros and cons to...
And playing around with, like, different ones.
Yeah,
It's, like,
'cause-
a lot for your body.
And that's what everyone tells you to do is a weird thing. We'll talk about, honestly, let's save a little section for talking about, like, our relationship with doctors and sexual health. But everybody's like, yeah, just try them on until the right one fits. But what does that do to your body?
Oh,
What hell?
Literally anything, you are putting hormones into your body, whether it doesn't fuck you up or it does, it's still hormones being put into your body. Our body, everything that our bodies do is based around hormones.
Yeah.
And you trying different birth control, don't get me wrong, sometimes you have to do it.
Yeah.
That's like just part of it, especially if you're a little bit younger.
Yeah.
But yeah, going off this birth control onto a different one, off that one onto a different one, that's a lot for your body.
Yeah.
So
I
Because
just
you're...
have
No, it's okay.
I just had a question, just maybe to close on the, like, people who just use, if there's people out there who are maybe thinking, I don't want to be on birth control, I just want to use condoms or do, like, the pull-out method or whatever. Was there a conversation had with your partners about that? Because I think that would be an important thing to talk about.
Oh.
Because of pregnancy being involved.
Yeah.
yeah, and not using an abortion as a sense of birth control.
Which, honestly, if you want to take the pill, obviously there's an effect on your body, but I don't give a fuck how many times you've taken Plan B.
Oh no, there's not a problem about you taking Plan B, but having that conversation with your...
So have I had a conversation with my partner saying I'm not on birth control, I use condoms?
Yeah,
Is that
like,
what you
just
mean?
meaning, like, if a situation were to happen because I'm not on birth control, is there that
Okay.
mutual this is our discussion
Okay.
beforehand? I just think
Whoa.
there should, on my opinion, I think there should be.
Whoa.
I agree in the sense of, if you're going to have sex with someone, being like, hey, just letting you know, I'm on birth control, I'm not on birth control.
Yeah.
Do you want to use condoms? That. But I'm not, at least in my opinion, I'm not going to let someone tell me what to do with my body.
Oh,
So
for sure,
if they're like, I want you to be on birth control and I don't want to be on
fuck
birth control,
that.
I'd be
Oh,
like,
Yeah, then
no.
you can be with someone else. for
Exactly.
Yeah,
but I
literally.
think at least just having that quick conversation to be like, okay, yes, we're using this protection, I'm on this birth control.
Yeah.
Then at least everyone's on the same page.
Yeah.
I agree in that sense. Yeah.
Because I think if you don't want to be on birth control, that is absolutely okay.
Oh,
like, you don't
totally,
have to
for
be on birth
sure.
control, but I think that you should have that conversation with your partner, because then it's like you both mutually being like, I'm not on birth control, but we're not going to use a condom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so crazy to me because, like, as someone for a majority of my life who hasn't been on birth control, who has purely used condoms, I've never had that conversation and been like, just so you know, I'm not on birth control, we're gonna fuck with a condom. If I'm gonna fuck somebody, I come with a condom or ask them if they have a condom. I've had maybe one person ask me if I'm on birth control, and I'm like, oh, no, I'm not. but I've never taken that as my responsibility to have that conversation and be like, just so you know, this is what I'm doing to protect us. You know what I mean? I think it's that it's so interesting that you thought of that, because it's never fucking crossed my mind to be like, just so you know, if someone's been like, hey, are you on birth control? I'd answer, of course, but I've never prefaced it because I've never even thought about it. The way that my mind works is I don't want a baby. I don't want to have unprotected sex with somebody I don't know that well, or somebody that I, you know what I mean, don't necessarily know the truth about their sexual history. I'm going to use a condom. That's just period for me. I just don't, maybe I'm just self-absorbed, but I just don't think about the other person. I don't think that that's something I need to let them know. You know what I mean? Oh, just so you know, this is what I'm doing to make sure I'm not pregnant. It's just put it on, bitch. You know what I mean? I don't know. That's as far as it's ever gone for me.
I think the reason I have the opinion I have is because I don't like condoms.
Yeah.
But if I was with when I am with new partners, I will wear a condom until. No, I'll probably wear a condom for a long time with a new partner. But because I've had the same partner for so many years, it was just I was always on birth control, so it wasn't really a conversation about condoms, because we never used condoms. Yeah. So maybe it's a little bit different, but.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just never crossed my mind, because my thing is I always have condoms. You know, it's so it's just so crazy, but interesting. Yeah. Whoa. Do you guys tell people, oh, I'm on birth control? Do you go out of your way to share that with your partner?
I haven't gone out of my way to be I am on birth control, but I think almost every partner I've ever been with before we had sex has been what birth control are you on? Or
whoa.
Because they didn't want to have sex if I wasn't on birth control, which is fair, but I've always been on birth
control.
So
yeah.
I was just I have an IUD. Come in me.
Have you used condoms with those people? Or are they asking because you're not using a condom?
I've had sex with a condom with a person that I only had sex with once.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But the other people that I was having sex with multiple times, I didn't.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah.
Another question, because then condoms really only matter in penetrative sex, which is probably most of the sex that we've had up until this point in our lives. But do you ask a partner if they've been tested? Because I always do, except for the girl that I'm sleeping with now, which is crazy to me. Why? And I think it has something to do with the way that we view just men as a threat, and you know what I mean, safety around men. Okay, I have my condom, I'm gonna ask if they've been tested. You know what I mean? Even if I'm gonna eat them for lunch, you know what I mean? I'm still I'm asking you, tell me, you know. But I have never asked the girl that I'm sleeping with if the woman, let me correct myself.
I keep, and I'm
girl.
That is so stupid to say the girl.
Again, internalized misogyny, it really lives within us.
It
but
does.
I've never asked her if she's been tested. But yeah, do you guys ask new partners?
I have with one partner.
Okay.
Which I wish I asked to other partners, because I've been tested after being fuck, do I have something? Which you can just save yourself all that grief. I mean, still get tested, obviously, but ask before. Just do it. Even if you're just talking to them, be like, hey, have you been tested recently? Doesn't have to be weird.
Yep.
Just, have you been? No? Okay, maybe we should do that.
Yeah. Make it a date. Fuck, man.
You know what? Even the woman that I'm sleeping with right now, I don't know why we started talking about it, because I didn't directly ask, but it was kind of part of the conversation. So I was like, oh, have you get tested? And a day later, she went and got tested.
Whoa, good. We love that.
Yeah. But I went to go get tested because multiple partners, you need to go get tested.
May I interrupt?
Yeah.
For those who aren't necessarily aware, because access is a huge part of any contraceptive or birth control, where do you go and get tested?
This leads me into my story. Okay, so me and my friend were like, let's do a little date. Let's go get tested.
Yeah.
And we go to the clinic on downtown. I have no clue what
What's
it's
it called? Oh, birth control clinic? STD clinic?
I think it was the STD clinic. So we walk in, and on the thing, it was we're closed, you need to call. We're closed to just walk in, so you need to call. Anyways, I called the lady at the front desk. She was like, we're not accepting patients right now unless you are sent to us by your doctor because you have an STD.
Well, how are you supposed to
What?
know?
That's exactly what I thought.
And I went and I was like, well, I have the right to go get tested to see if I don't want to go to my 70-year-old doctor
Yeah.
who can barely see
Yeah.
and like and knows my mom, my dad,
Yeah.
all of my family history. I don't really want to go get STD tested with him.
Yeah.
And
Even
yeah,
though
they were closed and they were like, yeah, no, you can't come here.
Whoa.
So
Which I wonder if
Is
it's
that because of COVID? Sorry
Yeah,
to cut
it
you
was
off.
no,
because
that's
of
okay.
COVID, yeah.
And I wonder because the STD clinic is for the wellness of people to say the least, but I'm pretty sure they don't charge for anything, right?
Yeah.
So it's completely free. Is that to preserve access for those who maybe are who need it more than girls like us? But I guess you wouldn't really know.
And yeah,
Like,
I
'cause-
mean,
I don't know. It's definitely a weird.
Yeah, it's
situation.
still
but
super weird.
You would think like if people feel that they need to go get tested,
Yeah.
they deserve those tests.
Yes,
too,
yes. And I
right?
fully agree because even if you are like somebody who doesn't have as much access to birth control as or testing or doctors or anything as we do, you have to take probably a day off work. You have to get transportation to your doctor's office. You have to get a referral or a doctor's note that you may have to pay for. And then eventually you have to go get tested at like a Dynalife or something that you also have to pay for. That, you know what I mean? Like,
And you're in that sentence, you've gone like 5 different places.
yeah.
Instead
Or
of just-
make an appointment with your doctor and
Yeah.
then take another day off 2 weeks later to go get tested at
Or
the
even
STD
at the
clinic.
STD clinic, if they were appointment only.
Yeah.
But it's just no new
Yep.
patients.
Yep.
And maybe, hopefully that's changed and it's not like that right now because this was like a month and a half ago.
Yeah.
But it's like, what the fuck? What if I would have slept with tons of people?
Yeah, and I imagine they're probably understaffed at the moment and like everything's
Probably.
probably crazy, but just talking about access alone, that's crazy. Because where else do you guys know of that has the same kind of like morals behind it as a medical outlet than the STD clinic,
Yeah, I don't.
right? I'm like, do we have Planned Parenthood? No. You know? There were a couple organizations that I was aware of that have been closed in the last fucking 6 years or whatever, or some places that are like only for women or like cis women, but yeah, enough about that. That's a whole different conversation, a whole nother episode. Who wants to go next about their experience with birth control?
Yeah.
Has to go. I guess I can go.
Yeah.
Next. I guess if we're starting back at the pill, I was on the pill. I think when I turned 17, I started on the pill, but I didn't start it for sexual reasons. I just started it because I got really bad like body acne, and my doctor was like, oh, like if you start the pill, like it will go away. And honestly, I took the pill and it totally went away, but then my acne went from my body to my face.
Oh.
And then I had to go on Accutane, which is a whole nother episode. But honestly, my experience with the pill, I loved it. Like, I didn't have any, like, hormonal issues. I felt pretty normal, I would say. Maybe in the time of my life I was depressed, but thinking back on it now, I felt pretty good. But yeah, I was on that for probably 3 years, and I enjoyed it. I like you said about your experience, was that you didn't, like, you got your period irregularly, and I didn't care. I was like, if I can get my period, awesome.
Yeah, literally.
Let's take as many pills as possible so I don't get it. But yeah, that was my experience with the pill.
Whoa, I have a question for you. Because the biggest thing about the pill that I ever learned is that if you're going to take it, you have to take it at the exact same time every day. Did you
Yes.
botch it or did you kill that?
I did set an alarm on my phone, and I did it for like nighttime.
Yeah.
So I would actually try and get it around that time. So I want to say I was pretty good at that.
Nice.
Which was, like a surprise to me as well. But I don't know. Yeah, basically you really want to try and get it to the exact same time or it's less effective.
Yeah.
That wasn't the case. I mean, I didn't get pregnant. So in my case, that didn't happen. But
Yeah.
try and be as careful as you can, I guess, if you're on the pill.
Yeah.
Try and set an alarm. I think we all had an alarm.
Yeah.
On
Yeah.
ours.
Am I good with
Yeah.
alarms? No.
I haven't deleted mine yet, and it's still, I've had an IUD for like a year and a half, 2 years, and
Yeah.
it still pops up on my phone.
No, it's your masturbation alarm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other thing about the pill on here was that it's only 91% effective. I say that like sparingly, only 91%.
Yeah.
That's still pretty high, but we still have to say it still does happen.
And that percentage is if you take the pill
Yeah.
every single day at the exact same time.
Exactly.
You don't go out and party and destroy your body and forget to take it for 3
Yep,
days because
and-
you're sleeping.
And you weigh a certain amount.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. So
Or
make sure you look at
between a
that.
certain amount, because that's kind of fucked up too. Birth control is way less accessible if you weigh over a certain amount.
Yeah.
So definitely double check that with your doctor if you're going to consider going on the pill. But yeah, that was my experience with the pill. Does anyone else have any dramatic things about the pill?
Yeah, I was taking Yaz, and I took Yaz up until from when I was probably 14 to 2 years ago.
I remember my mom being like, Emily's on birth control. Why does she need that? And I'm like,
That
she's
slut.
getting dick, Mom, and I am too.
And it's true.
Yeah, you
So
need it.
I went on it because I knew that I was going to be sexually active, and that seems so young now.
Yeah. I mean,
But
be
yeah,
real.
anyways.
Yeah.
And it fucked up my libido so much.
Oh yeah.
So I
Yeah.
felt bad because my partner had a super high sex drive, and it was just like no for years and years and years, and that projected onto him because it affected his sex drive, so he wasn't. And yeah, it just really messed things up, and I didn't know how much it affected it until I went off birth control.
Yep.
And that's the trap.
Yeah, you know,
Yep.
maybe that's why I'm struggling with like having such low sex drive right now is because maybe my body's still trying to like
regulate.
yeah.
Yeah,
'Cause it hasn't-
seriously.
It really hasn't been that long.
Yeah,
since
because
I
what,
went off of it.
like a year?
Like 2.
Still,
Oh,
though, after
right.
being on it for what, 4 to 6 years easy, like,
Exactly.
your body takes a long time to, like, go back to normal. Like, it didn't need to produce things as regularly because you were regulating it, you know?
I feel like libido is a thing that isn't talked about when it comes to birth control.
Yeah.
Like that's like
Or-
something that gets
yeah.
brushed under the rug.
Yeah, because you don't normally think, especially being young and on it. For a long time I was like, am I asexual?
Yeah.
Like I had no sex drive, and yeah, you don't really notice. So, and there's a lot of other things that played into that.
Yeah.
But yeah, birth control, yeah, really messed it up.
Tiny little side note, because you brought up asexuality. For a lot of people that are asexual too, they have a sex drive and maybe a very high one, just not for partnered sex necessarily.
Yeah, that's true.
But just thought I'd
Yeah.
be an asshole.
Put it in there.
Do we want to talk about...
The different
Yeah.
birth control.
Yeah, dive on in, mate.
Okay. So I did a little bit of research on the different types of birth control shots you can do.
Oh.
So there's 3 different types.
Sorry, can I be an asshole again? Quick question. Does anybody know anybody who's on the shot?
I knew one person.
And what did they love it? Did they hate it? Were they like, eh?
The person I know like hated it, was like miserable.
Whoa.
Like wish they never did it. So I don't know the full story. I just know that was their experience. Was,
Whoa.
Like, wish they never did it.
Yeah, the person, I didn't know them for long. I just knew that they were getting the shot. They liked it because it was convenient.
Yeah.
They knew it was bad for them.
Okay, okay,
So
okay.
You
Interesting.
Just have to know the risk.
I think that's like every birth control gets shoved down our throat, to be completely
Oh my
honest.
goodness!
So.
And I have a story about that. I can tell.
Oh,
when
sorry,
we talk about
I'll shut the
doctors.
fuck up then.
Okay, so yeah, there's 3 different types of the shot. So I'm gonna butcher these names. Just bear
Go
with me.
for it.
So there's Depo.
Oh, yeah.
So this specific shot delivers progestin and I'm gonna butcher this fucking word. Medoxyprogerone.
Delivers some shit
Yeah.
into your body instantly.
And this specific shot lasts roughly 12 weeks, and you have to get it done every 3 months, like exactly on the same day. And then there's combined injections, so that's estrogen and progestin. This shot is taken monthly, so you get it same day every month. And the combination shots can lead to more bleeding during your period.
Whoa.
And there's 2 brands of combination shots. So there's Kyclofem and Mesanginia.
Say that 10 times fast.
Yeah. Do your research. That's all I can say. And then the last one is Noristurat. And this is progestin as well. And this shot is a little bit different. You're supposed to take this shot directly in your butt.
Ooh.
So different than other shots, which you probably just get in like your arm or your leg. This one has to go in your butt muscles.
Why?
And you're
That's so
only
weird because it's sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
I like because you need like meaty parts of your body with lots of capillaries, veins, shit, just a place that has like a high absorption rate. So is it because it's super strong that you have to take it in a
I
really
think so,
meaty part of
and
your
I'll
body?
explain that because this specific shot you can only do twice.
Whoa.
And you're not recommended to do it more than twice.
What the
long does it
fuck?
last?
Sorry, you can only do it twice ever before you'll get really bad side effects. So switch to a different birth control later.
Pretty
Like,
much.
what?
And that's birth control. Like it's such
They're like, take the bad side effects and run.
Yeah, pretty much. So this one, it lasts 8 weeks, and
Not even worth it.
Yeah.
8 weeks. You're only supposed to get it twice, and yeah, it gets shot into your butt, so it goes directly into your bloodstream, but slowly over the 8 weeks.
Yeah.
So it's like not all at once, I guess. The only pros that I found, there wasn't many, to be honest, with shots. Everyone says it's convenient. You don't have to set an alarm or,
Yep.
you know,
Yeah.
take it at the same time. You just go once a month or every 12 weeks. It helps with menstrual cramps. It decreases the risk of endometrial cancer.
Oh.
And it has a higher success rate than the pill. So, like, 6 out
Oh.
of 100 people will get pregnant while on the shot.
Whoa.
Whereas instead of 91%, or I think it's like 1 out of 10 people will get pregnant while on the pill.
Whoa.
But
Okay.
there is a lot of cons to taking the shot. So if you're thinking of doing it, just do your own research, talk to your doctor, just understand what you're going into before you do it.
Yeah,
Because I
seriously.
have heard a lot of horror stories for shots. Anyways, so cons is the shots can actually reduce your estrogen production, which could fuck with your hormones, and then maybe you get like mood swings or stuff like that. Actually, it can lead to bone mass or bone density loss.
Whoa. And aren't women technically more prone to osteoporosis?
That's what it is.
Whoa.
Osteoporosis, which I think is why the last shot I talked about, you can only get it twice because it's so risky.
Because your bones are gonna shatter. You're gonna turn into Mr. Glass. Does anybody get that reference?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, good.
So, yeah. And then for any of the shots, you're not recommended to do it longer than 2 years because of the bone mass loss.
What? Why is that even legal?
I know. And some of these are FDA approved.
I just
Yeah.
don't get it.
It's because pharmaceutical companies make so much goddamn money.
Yeah, and just the idea, like, there are male birth controls, and to be completely honest, I didn't research them. But why is it pushed on women
There is a shot
constantly?
for men. I didn't look into it, but I saw as I was researching this, there is one. I think it's called like Horizon or something.
Yep.
Interesting.
And it's been approved so many times, but then never put on shelves.
And I don't want to get too factual, but I did want to speak about this really quick. Is there are quite a lot of side effects specifically for the depot shot, which occur the first couple months that are pretty much unavoidable. So abdominal pain, bloating, decreased interest in sex, depression, dizziness, headaches, irregular menstrual periods and bleeding, nervousness, weakness and fatigue, and weight gain. 25% of users will gain weight in the first couple months of taking depot.
And how fucked up is it though? That list is on every single birth control list.
Oh, yeah.
And like they don't give a shit about you as
Yeah.
long as you're not making babies.
Yep. And
And
you're
even then-
paying $20-$30 a month without coverage
Yep.
to
Yeah.
make sure you're not
Pregnant.
pregnant.
But depressed and have no sex drive and
You're
good,
told
you don't
it's
have
just for
acne.
attention. You know what I
Yeah, you
mean?
don't have
Like,
acne.
what?
The only other con that was listed with the shots is it's harder. You know how they always warn you when you go off of birth control, you need to wait a little while to have, like if you're gonna try to have kids, you
Yeah.
need to wait a while for it to like get out of your system. For shots, it's like prolonged, so it can be anywhere
Whoa.
from 22 months to longer before you can actually be
Whoa.
like fertile again.
Whoa.
So-
Literally, the government tries to sterilize us, but that's another conversation.
But yeah, that's everything about shots. I personally would never ever do it. But if you are interested in doing it, just please do your own research because
Whoa.
it's very risky.
That's so crazy. It's very similar because I like to use the NuvaRing for a little bit, but it's very similar almost to the NuvaRing in the way that like obviously every form of birth control you take an amount of hormones or what have you, and it wears off over time, and that's why it's so important to take your pill at the same time and whatever. But that to have that concentrated amount that lasts for so long. The NuvaRing, you put it inside of you and it stays there for 3 weeks. It's like it's like
a
one of those.
menstrual cup.
No. It's
Oh.
like one of those silly bands, like one of
Yeah.
those bracelets. It's literally like a bracelet, but you put it inside of your vagina. And it stays there for 3 weeks. You take it out for a week and then you put a new one in. And it's just like concentrated amounts of hormones that release on a daily basis until they're done. And then, and I just like, it was weird. I was like, is this going to come out on somebody's penis? Like a little,
I think
literally like a bracelet.
weren't we working together when you were doing that?
Oh, yeah.
And we were talking
Yep.
about it. You're like, I can feel it moving inside of me.
Yeah, I just
like,
did
super
not like it. It
uncomfortable.
was just like, I don't know. It was just weird. And I just felt very weird about like having something inside of my vagina for that long.
Yeah.
I don't even like wearing tampons, to be completely honest. I don't mind the idea of a Diva cup because it's like silicone, you boil it, whatever. But like something about my body just fucking hates tampons.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just hates it. And I still, because my Diva cup is uncomfortable, will try to use them, you know? And then my body will literally like, if you know what the fuck this is, please tell me, but stop my period. And then after I take my tampon out, I'll like leave it out for however long and then my period will come back.
Yeah, same thing with me.
Yeah, it's like my body has rejected it. And it's like maybe I've left it in too long sometimes and my body's just like, nope, you know what I mean? But like, don't like it.
Interesting.
Yeah, right? Super weird. I've the last like 3-4 years for sure. But NuvaRing.
Wow.
You have to store it also in the fridge before you use it, which is crazy.
weird.
So like high maintenance to like keep track of. It's not something you toss in your purse or you know what I mean. I learned obviously beyond using it, blocks the cervix so sperm can't go in, and then it also kills sperm with spermicide, which is cool. So there's that, but I just like I don't really trust it.
Yeah.
How can like a ring block sperm from going into my cervix? Like I just picture it being like around my cervix, you know what I mean? Like it just doesn't make any sense to me. And you can also remove it during sex, which is kind of counterintuitive, but you have to put it in within 2 hours again, otherwise it's no good.
Maybe
But I
because
think-
it affects your like pH levels so the sperm can't swim.
I think it might be the hormones though.
Yeah, like
too,
the hormones
like
do
stopping
that.
you from
Yeah.
ovulating. Yeah, okay. And then after 2 hours you have to put it back in after you
Weird.
like rinse it or whatever. That's pretty much it. Oh, 2 days. 2 days. I thought it was 2 hours, but pros, you can forget about it. That's pretty much it. Condoms though, where it's at.
Yeah.
Do you know anyone that's been on the NuvaRing?
I'd never even, I forgot you had been on it and I'd never heard of it before.
Yeah, I was talking to my doctor because I was like, I think I need to go on birth control again. It's just been a really long time, and I just like, was like, I don't want to worry about getting pregnant because every single week I'm like, I'm pregnant, having a baby, and I'm never pregnant. But I was like, I don't want to worry about this all the time, and I was like, but I'm terrible at taking the pill. I want to just forget about it. I want an IUD, blah blah blah, and I was told that there would be quite a wait before I would possibly get an IUD. So she was like, here, you don't have to think about these. You just put them in, take it out, and whatever. And then, I used one of the 3 that she gave me, and the rest are probably in my grandma's fridge still, literally. And they last in there for like up to 6 months or some shit, but it's probably been a year. But yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Condoms are it for me, my friends.
Yeah.
Fair.
Any new partner that'll have I'll still use condoms, but
It's a good habit
even though
to
like
have.
I'm not a fan of condoms, but I feel like with new partners, especially if you don't really know.
It's a very small
each other
sacrifice to
and-
make.
Oh,
'Cause
totally,
it's not even
totally, and that's protecting me and also the other person I'm with, right? Like
Yeah.
that you have to, you have
It's
to.
like wearing a mask together.
together.
Right? But yeah, sorry, I just jumped right in with my
No, that's
NuvaRing
that's
info.
it. That's all I had. So
Yeah. I feel like I should bring it. I should have fucking brought it. It's
Yeah, I
so
wanna look at it.
weird.
Yeah.
I'm
It's
picturing
literally
like a bracelet that you just like.
it's like
Like with
it's like
charms.
a elastic.
Silly
It's like a hair elastic.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like, but it's jelly. Like it's not squishy jelly, but it's like you know, it
Just
just
makes me
feels like a silly bracelet or
uncomfortable.
whatever. Yeah, and then you just squish it.
weird.
I just didn't believe it. I did not trust it. Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? I don't know. I think I just have trust issues too. And if it's not like a full physical barrier, I'm like, shit ain't working. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But even on birth control, I used condoms with my partner for 5 years. Weird.
Good for you.
That's
No,
good, though.
why? No, I have trust issues. Somebody help me. Like, no. But
Not
yeah.
shameful to be protected.
Yeah,
That's
true. Still never asked the girl if she's been tested.
Well, now
Never too
you
late.
gotta.
I know, true. If you're watching this, have you been tested?
Yeah.
If
Do you
not,
want to give us your IUD?
Yeah, okay, we'll get into this. I feel like this is going to be a juicy one because I feel like everyone's got a lot to say. But I wanted to talk about the IUD, and I'm going to talk specifically about the Mirena.
Mm-hmm.
I'll quickly just explain what it is, and then I'll tell you guys my horror story. So basically, the Mirena is a hormonal device, I guess. So there's also the copper one, which I think Emily's talking about later. But basically, this is a T-shaped plastic frame that's inserted into the uterus, where it releases the hormone progestin that we talked about earlier to prevent pregnancy. So basically, what this is doing is it's thickening the mucus in the cervix to stop
we love
sperm from
thick
reaching or
mucus.
fertilizing an egg.
Because doesn't it like swell your
I haven't heard that.
it's on the
But it-
same Netflix thing that I was watching.
Okay.
Thins the lining of the uterus and partially
Yeah.
suppresses ovulation.
See, that's the opposite of what I heard. I heard that it like swells it so it can't like I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyways, go on.
So basically, you can stop having your period. I still get mine. What else do we have? Oh yeah, Mirena can also decrease severe menstrual pain. Mine increased.
I want a refund.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's basically the gist of it. I just context, I guess, of it. I don't want to scare anybody because everyone has different experiences. I do have health anxiety, so that does make it a lot worse. But when I went to go get my IUD put in, I got it put in 3.5 years ago now, so it's been quite a while. But I got it inserted, and it was the 10 out of 10 worst pain of my life. I have a high pain tolerance too. I have tattoos. I can deal with it when I'm sick, but it was just so crazy. The pain shot up my stomach, and I was laying there after, because it literally takes 10 seconds to put it in. It's quick, but it's the pain is severe. And I was laying there, and she was like, okay, I'm gonna head out of the room, let me know if you need anything, just take a minute, lay there. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna take the minute. I'm laying there, and all of a sudden the pain just started getting worse. It was you're gonna experience a little bit of cramping. It was no, I'm getting stabbed in my uterus. And the pain got worse and worse and worse until I was flushed. I went completely pale. I'm sweating. I immediately I try and get up, and I couldn't move because my stomach was felt like it was contracting with pain. And I was I'm gonna throw up. I literally throw up all over the floor and all over in their garbage can, and I'm I literally pass out on the floor. Oh no! I get up, I'm just wet, look like I got out of the shower, sweating, and I get up, and I was supposed to work after. Literally called my boss, and I was I just passed out at the doctor. I can't come in, I'm so sorry. And I just the rest of the day, I literally called my mom in the car. I was I'm dying. I literally get home, and it was just the worst pain for 2 days. Just felt horrible. And I know that's not everybody's experience. Obviously, I've heard people that have that's happened to them, but my cousin went and got hers a couple days ago, and she had the worst pain as well, but she didn't pass out or anything. So I think that was just the pain. My body was just not having it.
Nope.
But yeah, it was awful. And my experience on it, the first, I would say year on it was fine. Didn't have my period at all. Life was good. Then it was I got severe acne, had to go on Accutane again, worst sex drive ever, weight gain, all of it, literally faint in random places because of how bad my cramps are. I literally was on vacation a month ago, and I passed out in a fucking Shoppers Drug Mart because of how bad the pain was.
Cheers to that, mate.
I'm thinking about getting it removed, but my doctor is really against it because she's trying to we're gonna try other things, and I'm just literally want to die. So we'll see. But I know, Emily, you have a different experience with it. So.
Yeah, so which is so amazing that we're talking about this because it's two completely different sides to it.
Yeah.
Because I have also the Mirena, and the nurse. That's what my nurse. She didn't recommend it, but she gave me the information. She was like, "This is kind of the one I would go for," and I liked it because it was hormones only in like a certain spot. It wasn't cycling your whole body like birth control does. So it's not going through my whole body. But when I went, they were like, yeah, you need to get someone to pick you up. And I was like, okay, well, I'm going to drive myself. And
Dummy.
I know.
She's like, pain? I like that.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, I'm going to drive myself. So went to the doctor's. She was like, you're going to experience some cramping. And the amount of Advil they told you I felt fucked up just from how many Advil. I chugged a whole bottle of Advil. But that's what they prescribe. And she put it in. It was 5-10 seconds, and I walked out of there.
Yeah.
And I haven't had any issues with it at all. The only first year didn't get periods at all. Life was great. I like trusted the IUD. And yeah, I haven't had any like weird stuff with my hormones. But now I'll get spotting all the time. So it'll be like all my underwear is destroyed because you wake up in the morning, everything's good, no spotting. Then you go do something and it's like, oh, fuck, my underwear is wet and I need to throw these underwear out. So that's fucking annoying. And then also, when I'm getting fingered, it'll just be like randomly bleeding. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah,
So-
You have to go to the sink.
And then we gotta fuck in the bathroom.
Yeah.
No, but so that's the only thing, and that honestly I can deal with that because I never took the pill at the right time. I would take 5 at once because I would forget for the whole
And that
month.
doesn't fucking do anything
doesn't.
for you. I
It just-
love you, but
I know, and it just fucks you up even more.
Yeah.
So I haven't had any issues with it other than the spotting, and that I'm A-okay with.
okay.
Adapt,
Yeah.
overcome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
and that's crazy. Like, because my mom was actually the one who told me to get the IUD because she got it. Like, she's had it now for I want to say 6 years maybe, and she was the one who told me to get it. And she's had the time of her life. With the
Oh
IUD.
my
Like,
gosh.
no periods, no pain, just living her best life. And then whenever I try, it's hard because whenever I try to explain being like, I'm not okay on this like birth control, she's like, what? Like, I'm fine. Like, she just can't see past that. And I'm like, just because you're fine doesn't mean I'm okay.
Yeah, I know people like that,
Crazy.
man.
It's also crazy that your doctor is trying to like convince you to keep it in when you know your body better than anybody ever
Yeah.
will.
Yeah.
And you're like, even if this isn't the reason that it's causing, I want to take it out so I know for myself.
Yeah.
Like
sure.
the doctor's trying to tell you what you feel is absolutely fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just and the fact that they're like convincing you to not take it out when you can just take it out and eliminate that as one of the causes.
Do we want to talk about that for a moment?
Sure.
Yeah.
Just like,
Like-
some doctor.
Seriously though, like, I don't know. I went and I wanted to get an IUD, and like this doctor, like I talked to my family doctor. She wrote me a, referral to go see somebody else to get like, checked out for the IUD and whatever. And I came with so many questions. I wanted the copper IUD because I'm scared of hormones. I just, you know what I mean? Like I was like, I just had no real information about it other than you guys going and getting the IUD and you being like, do it because you will love it. And I was like, okay, awesome. Like hopefully this is when I was kind of like looking for birth control, and in the meantime my doctor gave me the NuvaRing. And I went, and this doctor had no fucking time for my questions. Was like leaving the room while being like, okay, yeah, sure, like it's not a big deal. And I was like,
Talk to me.
yeah, like don't, like I deserve to feel comfortable in my decision. I deserve to be walked through my decision. And I don't think like I'm a needy person sometimes, but like in a professional sense like that, I just usually like, I'm the person you bring with you to get your money back. You know what I mean? Like I want to know, I stand up for myself. I'm just like, I want to know. This is what I came here for. And this doctor was just like, well, like, I don't know if you should get the copper IUD because, like, what is it gonna do for you? And, like, stuff like that. And I was like, you're meeting me for the first time. You don't know what this fucking head is like. Like, you don't want hormones in here, baby, And, like, I understand it's a little bit less effective and stuff like that. But I'm like, I've been using condoms thus far anyways. I'll probably still use condoms. You know what I mean? Like, that person didn't know what I was going through and, like, my sexual practices and was like, how many times have you taken Plan B? You know what I mean? It's like, oh, honey, like, as far as I'm aware, that has nothing to do with my IUD. And when I asked, you didn't answer me. You know what I mean? Like, it was really gross. But
It's crazy because my cousin, as she said I could say this, so we're in the clear. But she was trying to get an IUD for a whole year with her last doctor, and it was like, you're gonna go on a wait list. Do you still really want this? Like, so many like back and forth. And
Yep.
she was like, she also was like coming in with, I don't know what the fuck I'm getting myself into. I want answers, and they weren't giving her those answers.
Yeah.
To the point where she finally just switched doctors, and they gave her all the information she wanted, and they were like, we can put one in tomorrow.
Yeah.
And then got
Yep.
it literally done. So it's just like, it's so crazy how it's like can go doctor to doctor to
Yeah.
doctor to like get what you want, and it shouldn't be like that.
Yeah,
It's
like
so frustrating.
honestly though, follow your gut, because like I literally like left that appointment and have yet to go follow up and get an IUD somewhere, because that turned me off so much, and that is the opposite of the experience you had at the place that you went. I literally called you right after, and I was like almost in tears, because I was like, why?
And
you know?
shout out, because I went to the Women's Synergy Clinic in Sherwood Park.
Okay.
They were amazing. I got my blood work there. I got my IUD there. The lady, it was busy in the place, and they still made time for me. Like, they were like, take as much time as you need. So yeah, Women's Synergy Clinic, they were good.
See, my doctor's experience, at least because I haven't been on birth control for a while, so it's kind of about trying to be convinced to go back on birth control.
Yep.
So, hi, I'm Maddie. I have type 1 diabetes. You'll fucking hear me talk about that so many fucking times. Anyways, I have an endocrinologist, which is my diabetes doctor, and we do checkups like 3 times a year or twice a year. And we finish pretty much with our appointment, and she goes, are you sexually active? I was like, well, I'm fucking married. Of course I'm fucking sexually active. What are you fucking talking about? I'm like, yeah. She's like, well, how long have you been with your partner? I'm like, almost 3 years. She's like, okay. And she's like, I see you're not on birth control. And I was like, nope. She's like, have you not gotten pregnant yet? And I was like, I'm just fucking lucky, I guess.
Literally.
But she was like so shocked that I hadn't been pregnant yet. And I was like, okay, like what's the big fucking deal? And she's like, I really think you should be on birth control. And I was like, I really think you shouldn't tell me what to do with my body, but thanks. And she was, because I like got like verbally upset, because you guys know how I feel about people fucking telling me what to do.
Yeah.
No. And
Unless it's
Daddy.
She's like, he can tell me what to do whenever he wants.
Yeah.
any time of the day. But I was like getting like verbally upset with her, and she was like, it's just because like you're higher risk for pregnancy. And I was like, well, just because I get pregnant doesn't fucking mean I'm gonna stay pregnant. Like, you can't just assume that, and just because you're a doctor doesn't mean you can force me to go on birth control.
Yeah.
And she was like, I really think you should go talk to your family doctor about it. And after we got off the call, I like called my mom, and I was like, I want to switch doctors. Like, I don't want a doctor that is like that. When it feels like they're not even listening to you. And you're like, no, like, I don't want birth control. And they're like, I think you should. And you're like, no, I don't. And then they just keep fucking saying it over and over.
Yeah.
And, like, well,
And like, sorry.
no, I was done.
I don't understand, because I've never been through this. Quick check-in. Has anyone ever been pregnant?
No.
Same.
not.
I
Thought so many times.
Yeah.
Convinced myself.
Yep,
We'll
yep.
stick one too many times.
Yeah, had imaginary babies
Yes.
plenty of times.
Yeah, we named them.
Yeah.
At this point in my life, I would have an abortion if I was pregnant. Without a doubt, at this point. I mean, you never know. I could change my mind, but that's
You don't have to put that pressure on yourself anyway.
yeah. Like, I definitely want kids in my life, but just not now. Not for another 7 to 10 years, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
I got time. And even if I don't have if I don't birth a baby, there are plenty of ways for me to have kids. So
Exactly.
but I imagine an abortion is really, really hard on your body, really hard mentally, whether you want a kid or not. Like, it's even though it's you know, like, there isn't, I personally don't believe that conception is the beginning of life, but it's still probably a lot to wrap your head around based on your beliefs, even if you don't believe that conception equals life, you know what I mean? Like, it's still like, holy shit, like, it's a death of a possible lifetime, you know what I mean? Like, you have a point, especially like, let's say you're in a committed relationship or whatever, you're at a point where maybe you're like, holy shit, like, we could have had a kid together. Like, it's like a death of a version of you, I would say.
Yeah. That's a
I
good way to put
imagine,
it.
and just like how your body feels afterwards. You're bleeding for so long, it can take years for your periods to go back to normal, mental health and all of that. But still, fuck a doctor who wants to tell you to put hormones in your body, because what if that's worse for you? You know what I mean? Like, there are risks either way. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Or even like for a doctor to be you being clear as day, I don't want to go on birth control. There are so many other things that can help you and
Yeah.
set you up for
Yeah.
like how you want to take it into your own hands.
Yep.
Like there's so many other options, and all they push
is birth control.
is pills,
Yeah.
IUDs, like, and I get like that's the main things for birth control, but even educating you on other ways. Like,
Yeah,
this
other
is-
options.
This is
Talk about it.
yeah, like these are the risks that you are putting yourself in.
Yep.
Here it is. I'm gonna educate you, and let's come up with a calendar where we can track. Do you have
Yeah.
an app?
Yeah.
Can you track it on an
exactly.
app?
Yeah, don't have sex during your ovulation
Which
period.
I do. I track it
Yeah.
for that specific reason.
Yeah, and them educating you on that and be like, okay, Maddie, this is when I think that you and your partner, if you do have sex, maybe this week use a condom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just for this week, then track it.
Yeah.
You're still at risk. That is not that the pulling out method is not
Yeah.
everything, right?
No.
I don't know. I've gone
We
2 years
don't
and
know her.
like that's not like that. Yeah, but like alternatives like that they don't make a profit on.
Get your
Exactly.
fucking tubes tied. Have your husband fucking get his nips snipped.
Yeah.
Nips snipped. Seriously though, like, especially for somebody who doesn't want kids, you know what I mean? Like,
And it's funny that you brought up abortion. We're gonna get a little bit personal here.
Yeah.
Because like this pertains to me and kind of like how I was raised.
Yeah.
Is I come from like a super Christian like traditional family, and you're entitled to your own opinion, pro-life, pro-choice, whatever you want to believe. That is totally okay. Because everyone's entitled to their own opinion when it comes to that. But growing up, I was taught that having an abortion is pretty much you're committing murder. And so my whole like young adult life, like up until like I pretty much got married, I was like, I can never have an abortion. Like I would literally, I don't know what I would do. Like it would cause me so much emotional damage. And I have different beliefs of, what did you say? Like
life starts at contraception.
yes,
Do you believe life
I-
starts at contraception?
do.
Okay.
but I would still have an abortion.
But
It
I
would,
love that
it would
for
be
you.
a lot for me.
Yeah.
But I know, one, physically, I could not have a kid right now. It'd be too risky for my health.
Yep.
And two, I just don't want kids ever. So
Yeah.
Obviously, looking down the line, I'm gonna have to look at different options with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just glad you brought that up. To just like touch base on that.
Yeah, like, well, I know you're like talking about how much emotional trauma it would cause you, but fuck yeah for you for being able to make that decision regardless of what other people are telling you, because we're talking a lot about like the narrative that we're sold about our own bodies. So fuck yeah for you, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, to be able to say, you know what, I do know what I want and I know what I believe, but this is what I want more. You know what I mean? Like, this is the life I want to live, and you don't want kids.
Exactly.
You know what I
And
mean?
I'm sorry if this sounds bad, but at this point in my life, I'm gonna choose my life instead
Yeah.
of another life.
Yep.
And that sounds horrible, but that's my choice.
No,
so.
that sounds realistic. Who are you if you like? And just who are you if you can't take care of yourself?
Exactly.
If you can't put yourself first, how the fuck are you ever going to create success for yourself in
And
any avenue?
Obviously, I know the risks I'm putting myself in when I'm having unprotected sex.
Yep.
But still, you know.
Yeah. Okay. I was just curious about doctor stories with you.
Oh, yeah. My only other, I guess, doctor story would be I've been thinking very seriously lately about getting my tubes tied.
Yeah.
Just because I would like to be off of birth control just in general. And I know permanently I don't want to have kids. I've just known that like my whole life.
Yep.
And I just-
Anti-G.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally.
Exactly. And I have been told to reconsider because of my age, which does suck, obviously.
I can't imagine how frustrating that is.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to just keep pushing for it, being like, this is my decision, this is what I want to do, because it is my body, my choice. But yeah, I've heard other people being like, their doctors are being like, you're too young, or like, think about it more. And it's like, if I'm serious enough about it, just take me seriously.
Yeah.
I think the shittiest thing with the disconnect between our generation and the past generation is we are meant to have children. We have to have children to have a fulfilled life. But
Yeah.
that is not the case.
Yeah.
And if we decide early on that we don't want that, then that should be accepted.
And the thing is, like, you were kind of talking about this earlier, we're being pushed to do everything else to our bodies. And like, getting your tubes tied isn't even permanent.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like,
so.
but like, and this has nothing to do with value of your body, but like, you can go under plastic surgery and get lip fillers and get, like, you know, like, ass shots and shit like that. No questions asked.
Exactly.
Why? Because you'll probably be hotter afterwards. There are horror stories of women with breast implants that are killing them.
Yeah.
Literally killing them. And the doctors try everything to try and figure out what is literally, like, sucking the life out of this person.
Yeah.
Surprise, it's the boob job.
And they still have to pay for the surgery to get it removed.
Yes,
Like-
but like, you can't get your tubes tied because it would dramatically affect your life if you got pregnant. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
what?
And even me and G were talking about this too. The doctors saying, no, you're too young, you should reconsider. If you are at a point at our age that you are so certain, you're probably telling the truth. Like,
Yeah.
I know that I want kids. I don't want kids now.
Yeah.
But like, am
I
I
know
tubes
I want
tied?
kids.
No, because there's a possibility that I'm going to have kids.
Yeah.
Even if you get your tubes tied later down the road, you can adopt.
Yeah.
There is
Yeah.
so many other options to have a child that doesn't mean that you're carrying.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
we're expected to have so many other responsibilities at this point. Oh, where are your savings right now? Oh, do you have plans to buy a house? What's your career going to look like? And also told, don't have kids yet because you're too young, but you can't get your fucking tubes tied, but also don't have an abortion because it's terrible for you. You know what I mean? Like,
And like, oh, you
So
you don't
many
want to
opinions.
adopt because you don't want your own kids that
Yeah.
are, you know, of your own blood. Like, what?
yeah.
Like, fucking good for you for like knowing yourself enough.
Yeah. Seriously. And let's all write G's doctor.
No, like, I will come
Seriously?
and fight that fucking person.
Well, I mean, I'm willing, if it gets to a point, to switch doctors
Yeah.
and just be like, and obviously make that decision for myself. But we'll see where it goes. I'm definitely going to keep pushing for it because it is something I am obviously like passionate about. So
Yeah.
we'll see where it goes.
Do you go to a female doctor?
I go to male and female.
Okay, was the
Yeah.
person who told you that male or female?
Male, yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Surprise,
over having a
surprise.
male doctor.
Yeah.
Maybe mine just because he's so old and
Yeah.
archaic. But
Yeah.
yeah, I'm going to a female doctor
Yeah,
for sure.
for sure.
Fucking doctor who was talking to me about my IUDs was a female doctor, and honestly, gut instinct was that was a race thing. But whether this person realized it or not, it just felt to me like I was being treated like
Yeah.
some stray. You know what I mean? And I was like, "Fuck you." But and medical racism's a real fucking thing. But yeah. Wow.
I just like dug deep
Yeah,
today.
this was a serious one, but I think it was necessary. Like, let some of that fucking anger out, my friends.
Yeah, and just the different birth controls. I hope we didn't scare anybody.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
just shed some light on our experiences, especially being so young and being forced to go on birth control.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't really understand what it's doing. All at 14 I cared about was, yay, I don't have acne.
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah.
not, it's a little bit bigger than that, and I wish that I was explained that more instead of just being like, this will fix all your problems.
Yep. I was honestly jealous of, because like, you were on birth control. I think our circle of friends was on birth control minus me, and my cousin was on birth control for her acne and stuff like that. And I was like, I want to be on birth control. You know what I mean? Like, it was like,
Yeah.
ooh.
I remember in high school, all the girls that were on birth control would like compare their packs. Like,
Yeah.
like, what
Oh my
brand
God.
are you on?
Shaky, shaky. Oh, boys, don't look. You know?
That's insane. That's insane.
But
Trust me, I still hate myself.
Yeah. But enough about that, I think. I think it's time to send us off with a bit of a lighter note, with a brand spanking new segment called,
Oh yeah.
Yes.
drum roll, Walk of Shame. Welcome to Walk of Shame, everybody. This is where we reveal some embarrassing shit that we do, that we stop and think, Does anybody else do that?
Yeah.
I definitely have a fucking
Where you're like,
few.
this is disgusting. I'm never going to share this with anybody ever in my entire life.
Yeah.
But we're going to do that for you guys.
And honestly, in the back of your head, you're probably like, everyone does that. But I'm not willing to take that chance and say it in a group of
just in
friends.
Yeah.
case.
It's like, haha, haha, you don't do that? You don't finger your asshole, bro? It's like, good for you for doing it, but no.
But this is what we signed up for on this podcast. So
true.
we're going to do it.
And let's be honest, do we really have any shame?
Yeah, no.
Not at this
Collective,
point.
no. So who? Does everybody have one? Let me start there.
I just need to process.
I
so
can
G
I can start
last.
us off.
Okay.
Okay, Maddie. go
Maddie.
for it.
Okay, I don't have any birth control like embarrassing stories, but I have period embarrassing stories.
Just
like that,
fucking-
like I don't
what's
know.
that nasty thing that you do?
I have two.
Ah.
So the first one, and please let me know if you do it.
Yeah, we will.
We will. We'll be honest.
So when my flow is wait what?
I'm just waiting.
When my flow is really heavy, this is so gross. I'll like take my tampon out and like put it on a piece of toilet paper and like dissect it. Like I will like look through that shit to make sure
Yeah.
everything looks okay.
Oh.
I'm like pulling it apart. I'm like, is that no?
That's hilarious. I've done that before.
Oh, definitely don't take it apart, but I pull it out and
I fucking
swinging.
I'm-
There's chunks on it. You know what I mean? When it's like the chunky boy, you're right. Like I either just had a miscarriage or that's like my fucking cervix.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
shit.
ugh. And then I toss it. Oh,
So yeah.
yep.
Okay, well I'm glad to hear that I'm not the only one.
So wait, who's nasty? Raise your hand. Okay, good. Okay.
Okay, my second one, and this I've only had to do this a couple of times, but I still think it's embarrassing. I remember specifically I worked at this one job, and my office was I was a personal assistant, and I worked for my boss in his home, and I had my office in his home.
Yep.
And my designated bathroom didn't have a garbage can.
Oh.
And I didn't work there for very long, but there was 1 week, I think I was on my period, and I had to wrap up my tampons and just carry them in my purse the whole day, bring them home, and dispose of them in my home garbage can.
Oh. I would have wrapped that shit up and been like, hey, Brad, catch.
Hey, Brad!
It hits him in the forehead. He's like,
Yes.
"What the fuck?"
It's like a paintball.
It's just a little like.
Oh my.
Whoa, that's horrible. Oh, man.
And I feel like I've done that like other times where I've just been like, where do I, okay, and you just put it in your purse.
Honestly, I think I've done that once before.
Yeah.
Like, it's better than holding like a wrapped up bloody tampon and being like, do you have a garbage, sir?
Yeah. I've done that with underwear if I get a surprise real big bloody on it. And I'm like, if I
Yeah.
wear these all day, 1, disgusting. 2, I'm not wrapping them in toilet paper to wear. 3, they're going to bleed through my jeans.
Yeah.
So it's surprise period and it's just like, you know,
Yeah.
that was disgusting. But that
I
big,
could
like,
envision that.
you know, you stand up and it's just like,
You know that
Onto
feeling
your
when
underwear.
You stand up and you're like, I need to go to the bathroom
yeah,
right
yeah.
fucking
You're
now.
like, anybody, there's a turkey in the oven, gotta go. Like,
Because you can feel it.
yeah. Oh,
yes.
God, yeah.
You feel the gravity pull.
Yeah. But yeah, that's crazy. Crazy.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah. it
Okay,
is.
mine is, I don't know, this is so embarrassing for me to share.
Oh,
but
I'm so excited. I'm glad I went first.
Yeah.
2 things. Okay, so because I'm a personal trainer, I'm constantly in activewear. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh no.
So
Yeah,
and
yeasty.
my like, hey, that was one time, and it's fine. We accept it.
Yeah, it's
But so I'm like always walking around like teaching classes and stuff. So sometimes when I go to the bathroom, I'll like smell my underwear to make sure that it's good. Most of the time, to be honest, it's not because I'm sweaty and the
same.
gym floors smell like rubber.
Yep.
So you know, and it's disgusting.
No,
but
I've done that.
yeah,
For
you're
sure.
just okay.
Just a little,
That's
a little scratch and sniff.
Yeah, literally. There's white crusties. You're like, it like flies up and
you're like, well, I can't change it, so okay.
Yeah,
sweet.
and-
but at least I know.
You're like,
You're the person who also you like walk around your house once. Time to change my underwear.
I can't. I'll change my underwear 3 times a day just because I don't like feeling dirty underwear.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Any sort of discharge, gone.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Okay.
And smelling your own farts, maybe?
Yeah, in the tub.
In the tub.
Like there's a avoiding your farts though. You just smell it.
What are you like scooping it? You're like,
Yeah, honestly, I've done that before.
Yeah.
Ew.
Have you ever like cup of farted someone?
Yeah. Oh,
You'll fart in your
100%.
hand and you'll throw it on
Why is
them.
she throwing it at me? Why am I the target? She slapped me with her fucking ass toy. Still
Yeah.
not over it.
We've literally done that to each other.
Oh, 100%. And be
That's
like, ha ha
hilarious.
ha, you dog. Like, as if you didn't give somebody pink eye. Like, okay.
I've never done that. No.
Before I have sex, specifically with a new partner.
Oh, I hope this is the one I have up in here. Because
Yes.
Literally, you're like, I just want to see if she tastes sweet today.
Yeah, I do that.
Oh,
Yeah.
bless.
Because honestly, though, and I'm also the person who, like, if you go down on me, I'm definitely kissing you after. So I'm kind of
totally.
like,
I'm
yeah,
like,
it's like hot.
Yeah.
It's
Spit in my mouth.
yeah, I'm like,
Yeah.
would never just like eat myself out. I mean, I don't even think that's possible. It's not like for a pleasure thing. It's more like hot.
flexible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, definitely do a little taste test.
Okay.
You know,
I
100%.
see. This is great.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, I do that more than I'd like to admit.
Yeah. She's like,
fucking
hungry.
hot.
Yeah, right?
Whoa. She's like, Cheez-Its.
No, that was not good.
Oh,
Or
no.
okay, to build off of that, do you ever just like check to see what's going on in there?
Totally.
Pull it out and be like, I don't think that's.
No, you're like, do I have a yeasty? No, I'm
Yeah.
good.
It comes out, there's fucking sprinkles on your fingers. No,
Then
or
you
the
know you got a yeasty.
oop, did I just get my period?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
You know what I
Or
mean?
you're like, oh, it's she clear.
You
yeah.
think your period's done and you have to check.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. But I encourage you today, if you have a vulva or if you have a penis or if you have something in between, because that's valid too, go home, look at it, touch it, pull
Lick
back
it.
skin. Yeah, literally, like, smell it, touch it, lick your finger. Like, just figure it out. How's everything doing down there? What does it look like? Do you have a fat pussy like me? Cool, you know? Like, right? Like, just check it out. Stand over a mirror, you know? Straight the fuck up. What does your gooch look like? You should know. If someone else can see it, you should see it too.
Yeah. Take a picture.
Yeah. Explore it. Paint it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, right?
Magical experience.
literally take it and then put it on the painting.
Yeah. Yeah. Get some body safe paint and
Plop that ass.
wow. Okay.
Just sit on it.
G, you got one
Okay, the
for
one
us?
I thought, it's not nasty.
Oh.
It's just, I'm sorry, guys. It's,
She's like, I'm just
want
not.
to
I'm just
expose
not a
ourselves.
nasty
I was
girl.
trying to think of a nasty one, but you said mine. So, okay, sorry, it's not nasty, but it does relate to birth control.
Okay.
So when I was on the pill, I did have, the 7 that are just like,
The placebo, yep.
Placebos.
I never took those, and I just went and kept taking the pill. I just kept doing it, and I don't know if anyone else ever did that, but I just was like, I'm not risking it. All month every month.
That's okay. You're okay to do that.
But
I
wait,
I saw that.
I've always wondered about this. So you really are nasty because how long can you do that for? I'm so curious. Doesn't your uterine lining like get engorged and bloody and die anyways?
I don't know, man. I just never got my period when I was on
She was
birth
like,
control.
What? Yeah, it's been like she's like it's been a long time since I heard that name.
Yeah, my period has never been regular my whole life.
Yeah.
That's so crazy. I've always been scared of that.
See, I would do that when I was going on holidays and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
And yeah, definitely not the
was-
healthiest.
Yeah.
I was
But-
too scared.
I
to like keep
I did it
going.
probably once.
Me and
probably
G are
for
like, we
S
don't
strip.
fucking care.
Yeah.
I would.
We were just like, give it to me.
Yeah.
Is
I-
it? Sorry.
No, you go
No,
bad
you
girl.
hang up.
Everyone listening is like, what is happening?
She has the dick, I have the balls.
They've signed off already.
Yeah. You go first.
Okay.
Oh, God.
What I would do with my birth control, because I think it was like the 21 day. So I would do 21 days, and then there's the 7
Yeah.
placebo ones.
I
But
think that's all of them.
Thank you. I I wouldn't take the placebo ones, but I wouldn't keep going. I would like pause and then I would just like count each white pill that there was.
Honey, the placebos are the same as eating a
I know,
rocket.
I
It
know.
wouldn't make a difference.
I have diabetes, so I
Yeah.
take the placebos when I have a low.
Yeah, she stores them for when she has
No,
a low.
you see me pull it out of my purse.
Yeah.
Like, just what?
She's like, guys, you want a rocket?
Yeah, everyone else is taking drugs at the club. She's like,
Placebos as Molly.
yeah, literally. Oh, amazing.
Wow.
Oh. Is that the same though? Essentially, because I was like, not having your period for that long is irregular, but that's the same as having a fucking IUD.
Yeah, totally.
So, like, it's obviously probably
Okay.
fine.
But isn't like your body knows when your period's coming, which is why it sheds its uterine lining, right? So doesn't the pill make it confused? Isn't it like, whoa, what's going on?
Generally, what I've learned about birth control, specifically the pill, is that it convinces you that you're pregnant. While you're pregnant, you have no reason to ovulate because you are already pregnant. You already fertilized. There's something that is like attached, you know. So convincing your body that you're pregnant means that your body doesn't need to shed that uterine lining. But the part where I get looped is when you take the placebos or you stop taking your birth control pill, whatever you fancy, it sheds anyways. So how soon does it build up? Just to tack onto that real quick and fast, like zoom, I would always get my period towards the end of the placebo pills, not the beginning.
That happened to me too.
So is it within that 4-day window your body's like
The gates of hell open.
yeah, literally the bats are flying around there, they're banging against the walls, there's blood everywhere. This is a comedy podcast.
Brutal murder.
Well, really quick, the hormones in the pill stop ovulation. So no ovulations means no egg hanging around for the sperm to fertilize. So pregnancy can't happen.
Interesting.
So,
Yeah,
interesting. Thickens the mucus again in the cervix.
Thickens the-
Everything's thickening it up.
thick.
Goopy.
Wow. Yeah,
Wow.
so interesting.
Cool.
I
Wow.
feel like we're sitting around like the 2-hour mark. Am I just like crazy? Or I feel
Yeah,
like we've
it's
been
been a
talking
long
forever.
one. We had a
There's
lot of
help,
shit to
everyone.
say.
Yeah.
Send us your birth control stories.
Yeah.
This
Please
is-
DM us, email us,
Yeah.
whatever. We
Comments,
wanna know.
Right?
grieves, concerns at gmail.com.
Send us your walk of shame moment.
Oh, please.
Because you just do it.
Just give us your
Do it.
embarrassing truths.
Yeah.
You know?
Do you
We
taste
shared.
your asshole?
Yeah.
Is that just me? Just kidding.
No, she's not.
She's a little.
No. Oh, I was listening. Okay, this is probably like stealing, but I was listening to a podcast today. This is what's going to send us off. This girl. This is what someone sent into their podcast, but apparently it's on YouTube. It was news. This girl gets fucked by this guy. They met on Tinder, whatever. Great sex. And then he comes on her chest and her face.
Okay.
The next day, she had a rash. Rash. And then eventually goes to the doctor, and the doctor's like, bro, this is a parasite that can be caused from 2 things.
No can't.
Fucking animals
No, can't.
or
Sperm.
necrophilia.
We explain what that is.
Fucking the dead.
Okay, wait. So,
Yes.
okay,
And wait, I'm not done. Yeah, like I have
I've
3
got-
more
there's so
things
many
to say,
things.
and then we're cutting the shit. She later Googles him,
No.
No.
and he works at a morgue.
No,
Good night, everybody. Good night.
Bye.
Ugh.